Do you ever wonder if you are experiencing a hormone imbalance? Things like acne or hair loss, hair thinning, PMS, including cramps and mood swings, and even weight fluctuations. You might also have brain fog, yes, from hormone fluctuations, cold hands, even stomach issues like acid reflux can come indirectly from hormonal imbalances, which might even be caused by stress. So in this video, we're going to look at hormonal imbalances from a bioenergetic perspective. And if you're new to bioenergetics, well, we're inviting you to stick around and subscribe to learn more. We are CBH Energetics, and we help you listen to your body through bioenergetic testing, and we also help to give your body some answers. And if you need to take a step back, we have some videos linked in the comments that will dig into who we are and what we do. Watching how our testing works will help you understand this and other scan reviews. Hormones. They govern everything. Even perimenopause and menopause can be considered hormonal imbalances because hormones are ever changing and they change differently through life stages. For this scan review, we're talking about a 24-year-old female client who is experiencing many of the things we've already touched on: the acne, hair loss, hair thinning, mood swings, brain fog, cold hands, weight changes, and even chronic thirst. 14 systems are always analyzed on the full scan, and we're looking at hers, what we call the energetic system performance. As you can see, we have the integumentary system right here stressed at 42%. We always have the systems assessed according to percentage and color. Again, that's in the full scan video. You can learn more there. Why would her integumentary system be stressed at 42%? The integumentary system is skin, hair, and nails. So if she is experiencing extra oil, acne, rashes, itchiness, she can see stress in the integumentary system. Many things will stress this system, including fungal issues on the skin and even tattoos. She is also showing stress in her nervous system. So the nervous system may be showing up because this client also experiences anxiety and ADHD. She is worried a lot and has trouble sleeping. Next is her digestive system, which is the same as her integumentary system. This digestive system is at 42%. Why would this be? Well, potentially the stress in her nervous system is affecting the digestive system. She does have acid reflux and a lot of stress. She finds that when she's stressed, depending on what she eats, the reflux can get worse. What is this connection here? That nervous system, it governs everything in our body. It talks to our hormone system right down here in the endocrine system. It talks to our digestion right here. We have different responses in the nervous system. When we are stressed, well, our digestion can take a hit. We can't worry about digesting food if we are running from a tiger. So digestion may shut off, and that may leave food undigested and can contribute to acid reflux. We also see liver gallbladder stress. There is a distinct connection between the liver and the skin, the liver and digestion, and even the liver and toxins, which we will get into in a different section. Because this dial involves two different organs, we're going to break it down when we get to the points section and the liver down here. Cellular metabolism is also showing up stressed. What is cellular metabolism? Well, cellular metabolism is really all the energy processes in the cell. Many things can affect a cell. And if you think of this dial right here, if you think of this dial as a cell, there is fluid swimming all around it. And that's your lymph fluid. Notice how our lymph system is stressed? When the lymph is stagnant, when the lymph is not moving, we can have stress in cellular metabolism. This may also come when there is less nutrients getting through that digestive system and ultimately making it to the cells, and it can be stressed because of mineral imbalance as well. Toxins can stress the cell. There are many things that stress cellular metabolism. This 24-year-old client is also showing stress in her endocrine system. This involves her main organs of hormones, and we will see how these get broken down right at the bottom of this page. The cardiovascular system is stressed. Now that's an interesting one. She is 24. Why would she have stress in her cardiovascular system? We learned on a consult that she actually has an atrial septal defect. Would that be the issue? There may be an emotional component, and we'll dig into that too. Lastly, we have her lymph system. We already talked about that in relation to her cellular metabolism, but the lymph system is connected to the immune system and also the cardiovascular system. The lymph system is also connected to the skin. The lymph is responsible for removing toxins from the body and also bringing nutrients to cells. It mimics mimics the cardiovascular system as far as the way it travels through the body, but we have twice as many lymph vessels as we do blood vessels and arteries. So this is a really big highway system. The lymph system also carries immune cells too. So if there is something stressing the immune system, we may see the lymph system showing up as stressed. When I said that it is tied to the integumentary system, we have lymph vessels everywhere. So if there is clogs in the skin or if there's clogging in the lymph pathway, we may have skin stress. On every report, there's going to be notes, and there will be the top stressed systems that show up, and this is considered to be what is important for this client at the time of testing. So this client has stomach, skin, teeth, and jaw drainage showing up. Now we touched on skin. Let's dive deeper into the stomach. The stomach is part of the digestive dial. Remember that we noted that she has acid reflux? Well, we also noted that when that nervous system kicks in, potentially her stress response, that fight or flight response, her stomach may feel butterflies. It may get cramps. And this is where the food is not digesting well and she may get acid reflux. Teeth and jaw drainage is also part of the digestive system. Teeth and jaw drainage have their own lymph system, but teeth and jaw drainage also rely on being bathed in saliva. Somebody who has anxiety, if they have stress in the nervous system, may not produce saliva, and that can stress out the oral cavity and change the microbiome in the mouth. This client is stressed on a regular basis, and therefore, this may be one reason why we see teeth and jaw drainage come up. She has many other points showing on her scan. We could dive into these really deeply, but let's touch on the liver. If her diet has too much sugar, we may see stress in the liver. There may be personal care products that mimic estrogen or exposure to chemicals that disrupt hormones. That also impacts the liver because the liver has to break down all of the toxins from your own cellular processes right here in that cellular metabolism, but also from things that come in from outside the body. Liver detox is extremely complicated and it needs lots of nutrients. Remember how we talked about her stressed nervous system? In the points on the notes on the very bottom of the page, we see her nervous system show up here. We see her hypothalamus, we see her pituitary, and what's missing is her adrenals. This would be known as the HPA axis, yet we have 2/3 of that HPA axis, our stress response, showing up bioenergetically. This may be further impacting her digestion. Allergy points is a traditional Chinese medicine term that can refer to points on the body that are reactive to outside invaders, things like the environment, pollen, molds, etc. And when we think of allergy points, we can't ignore the fact that the digestive system houses our immune system. So when we see allergy points, we start to wonder about digestion overall, and even some of the foods this client might be eating. Now, this doesn't mean that it's always the food. Remember when we talked about the nervous system and how it shuts off the digestion? That can cause a change in the way we respond to food in the gut. Since one of the top concerns was acne, let's dive deeper into how this can possibly relate to the liver, to the stomach, and to stress overall. Here we come to energetic sensitivities. We see that there is an energetic sensitivity to many different dairy foods, along with cleaning supplies, mold, and detergent, and sugar. Now, how can this relate to her bigger concern of acne? Well, if we talk about food sensitivities and digestion just for a second, dairy can be one of the foods that causes inflammation in the gut lining for some people. Many people can't break down dairy. They have trouble digesting the milk sugar. As this client is searching for solutions for her skin problems, her dermatologist mentioned that she should not be drinking dairy, especially low-fat dairy, because of the lactose. There had been a connection made between dairy and acne. So her bioenergetic scan is also reflecting that. The environmental products here, the cleaning supplies, the mold, the detergent, these could have an impact on her immune system, which remember we said can live in the digestive system, but also her liver. If there are cleaning supplies that she is using in her work environment that are more harsh chemicals, well, this can affect her liver detox. That liver has to detoxify everything that she comes into contact with. And cleaning supplies, along with detergents, are known endocrine disruptors. Chemicals can disrupt the endocrine system because they actually, when they're broken down, mimic hormones or take place of where hormones need to park themselves on cells. So this could be a connection to the cellular metabolism. Let's talk about sugar. Sugar gets a bad rap when it comes to acne. Some research says there is no proven link between having acne and having sugar. However, we also know that blood sugar swings affect the nervous system. They can affect the liver. The liver is very much tied to helping keep blood sugar stable, but sugar itself may cause imbalances in the liver. For this client in particular, she did note that when she had sugar, her stomach became more and more upset and acid reflux would start, especially if she was having the sugar to calm her nervous system. Let's look at her energetic nutritional imbalances. She has some amino acids, fatty acids, no vitamins imbalanced, but some enzymes and some minerals. We're going to focus on this amino acid, glutamine. Glutamine is a very important amino acid because it is related to her digestive system. It's one of the most abundant and conditionally essential amino acids in the body. In fact, glutamine can be found in red cabbage, and it is considered fuel for all the enterocytes or little cells in the gut. It's really important for the growth of her gut lining, for the mucosal tissue, and a deficiency in L-glutamine may result in changes in the small intestine. Suffice to say that this is an important nutrient, and this is a signal that perhaps this client might need some help with her gut as far as supporting the lining, making sure she's absorbing nutrients, and upstream, thinking about that nervous system and how it relates to her stomach and her stomach acid. When we started talking about acne, we need to keep in mind that all the nutrients that feed our body have to go through the digestive system. And feeding the body means feeding the skin. There are many nutrients that are needed to help fight inflammation, to help with skin turnover, and to prevent clogged pores, and to help rebuild tissue when you have an acne breakout. A key highlight here is that glutamine can be depleted in times of stress, and this client does have many instances of stress. We did mention that she struggles with attention and memory and also anxiety. Let's move into the enzymes here. We're going to highlight the hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is considered imbalanced or bioenergetically low. Why would that be? How can someone with acid reflux actually have low hydrochloric acid? This can move back to that nervous system right here. If we are not signaling digestion, then we may not be signaling hydrochloric acid. That is really needed to break down nutrients, to break down all of the things that go into our stomach. And if we are not signaling this acid while this person is eating, so she may be eating stressed, her brain might not be ready to accept food, it's not turning on the process of digestion, her mouth may be dry, then she may not be making hydrochloric acid. So then the food sits in her stomach, and with stress, it, for lack of a better word, putrefies, and then we can have an overproduction later of the acid. And with all of this, that can cause a change in the breakdown of nutrients and even the absorption of minerals. We need to have that hydrochloric acid properly flowing to be able to break minerals down. And when we have a change in the stomach environment, if there is food sitting, this mineral profile will be impacted. Touching on fatty acids, these are very important for many different parts of the body. DHA and EPA are related to brain health. Some research has shown that people who suffer from ADHD may need more fatty acids for their brain. Fatty acids are very important for hormones in the endocrine system. So if she is not breaking down fatty acids, and this might be because right down here there is low lipase, well, they may not get into her system. They may not move to the cells. Remember, we talked about cellular metabolism? There is a critical process inside cells with mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses of the cell that help convert fat to cholesterol and get the hormonal signaling starting. Fat, cholesterol is very key to hormonal imbalance, and that involves the liver as well. Let's touch on magnesium. This has shown up as imbalanced too. Now, the nervous system, when it is on high alert, when this person is stressed, there may not be enough magnesium, but this can also be impacted by digestion as well. Nutrients are really complicated, and when you look at a test like this, there are instances where you can take a single nutrient like glutamine or include fatty acids as far as a fish oil in your supplementation. But we really need to think about how all these things work together to make sure they are not imbalancing each other, especially minerals, and that they're being absorbed. Energetic toxins may have an impact on hormonal imbalances as well. Things like chemicals, the detergents, cosmetics, fragrances. Again, these are known endocrine disruptors and they can impact the liver. Molds can also impact hormones and hormone signaling. If the person has an overgrowth of certain types of molds like Candida in the digestive system, that can impact the estrobolome, which is a hormonal breakdown process within the gut. Here we see that there are mycotoxins that come from crops. If this person is having a high carbohydrate diet, relying on lots of cereal grains, one, she won't get enough protein to help support her skin. Protein also helps the nervous system. But two, she may be putting in more moldy foods than her system can handle. Keep in mind, we all come into contact with molds, but it's how the body handles it. Parasites are a hot topic right now. We always have questions where people ask, should I be parasite cleansing? How often should I do it through the year? And this is why testing is so beautiful. It lets you know when, it lets you know why, it lets you know what you can use to gently move parasites out of the body. Keep in mind that parasites can stress the liver and the digestive system. They also have a lot of hunger. So parasites might eat up some of these minerals that are feeding different processes of the body. And with hormonal imbalance, if parasites are imbalancing selenium, well, this can really affect the thyroid. The thyroid also has a role in being cold, not sleeping, and hormonal imbalance because all hormones work together. Let's take a look at the energetic hormonal imbalances and what could be pertinent. One could be low testosterone. Why would low testosterone be related to acne or even PMS? Well, all hormones have to go through the liver for a path of breakdown. Testosterone is no different than estrogen or progesterone. Low testosterone bioenergetically is not like blood work. They are different. So low testosterone could mean that the testosterone has not been broken down in the right pathway, and we may need liver support. If it is imbalanced, this can cause things like acne, hair loss, and changes in hair growth. The glucagon is related to blood sugar. The pancreas secretes glucagon. This is a hormone, but the glucagon talks to the liver. Remember, we were talking about liver stress, and the glucagon helps the liver let go of glycogen and put sugar or glucose into the bloodstream. This keeps the blood sugar balanced. So if this person is having big swings of blood sugar, rises and lows because of diet, because of stress, because of meal timing, well, the liver has to do a job in making sure blood sugar is balanced, and it has to do that on top of detox. Is this person using up their glucagon? Perhaps. And now notice that the glucagon also changes the way fat and other amino acids are used up for energy production. So this can have a big effect on that cellular metabolism. Many of our scans come with balanced remedies that are matched with your hair and saliva. So we'll touch on a few of these. The first remedy for this client is Scrofulera intrinsic. And so while we might zero in on skin issues, what we're really looking at is all the ways an herbal remedy can support the person's concern and their bioenergetic balance. This remedy is supporting the liver and the lymph. This is really important when it comes to skin issues. We are supporting the spleen as well, which is part of immunity and blood and circulation. We are helping with any fatigue as well. This client had mentioned that she can't sleep and therefore she has a lot of fatigue. We're moving into homeopathic remedies for this client. This is a great time to point out that with our bioenergetic testing process, you may see herbal remedies, homeopathic remedies, and nutritional supplements. The remedy here is there to support hormones overall and help restore some cellular energy. The wonderful thing about homeopathy is that many things can go into a tincture, including something like beech, which is a flower remedy to help with emotions. Wild rose is another one. The next remedy is Chemtox. And if you look at our remedy scan video, you'll see that we talk a lot about how remedies can leave clues. So what is this remedy telling us? Well, one obvious thing is that it's working on chemical detoxification. But what can that mean? Do you remember how we said that chemicals can disrupt hormones? So we're really supporting the hormonal balance imbalance here by helping the liver right here with detoxifying chemicals. We're supporting the adrenal glands. That is part of the stress system, among other things with this remedy. Wild oregano is something that will clean out the gut, so to speak. So taking oregano in a capsule form helps with all kinds of microbes, as you can see here, to change the gut microbiome, removing things like foods and bacteria or microbes that might be causing inflammation or stress, helping balance her blood sugar and help her overall with inflammation. And then we come to glutamine, which we talked about when we were looking at the energetic nutritional imbalances. And this is another nod, another clue to how this person may need lots of gut support to help with her acne, to change her microbiome, to maybe help link that gut to the nervous system and help calm anxiety. All of these things can go together to help with her overall concerns. Lastly, we have hypozymase, and this is a digestive enzyme, but it's actually more than a digestive enzyme. It's there to help support bile flow in the gallbladder. It's there to help with any fungus or mold like candida, which could be in the gut. We're also looking at microbes, and we're looking at mineral malabsorption. So all of the minerals that this person may need for her thyroid, for her cellular metabolism, for her nervous system. The nervous system relies on minerals. And when someone is stressed, they can burn through lots of nutrients. This digestive enzyme is going to help support where everything starts, and that is the gut. We hope this full scan review helped answer some questions on how you can link bioenergetics to hormonal imbalances, and we look forward to hearing any comments you have and having a conversation. We'll see you in the next video.